After the most recent NASCAR weekend, fans were left buzzing, not just because of the racing itself, though there was plenty of action on the track, but because of the moments that unfolded around it. Team radios, unexpected comments, off-track controversies, and the kind of drama that makes NASCAR more than just cars going in circles. And one moment in particular cut through all the noise. Richard Childress, a man who's been part of this sport for decades, a team owner who's seen it all, who's survived every era of NASCAR from the glory days of Dale Earnhardt to today's new generation. During Sunday's race, his voice crackled over the radio on the number 18 channel, and his message was as blunt as it was brutal. "We are in trouble. We've got to get some race cars, period." It wasn't long, it wasn't polished, and it certainly wasn't sugar-coated. But those few words told us everything we needed to know about where his head is at right now. So the big question, what exactly is happening at Richard Childress Racing, and just how bad is it? On the surface, the numbers don't scream disaster. Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon, RCR's two drivers, actually look stronger compared to 2024. Busch, despite not being in victory lane, has found consistency. He brought home an 11th at Dover. Dillon, who has often been criticized for inconsistency, finished 15th. Neither result was spectacular, but dig into the averages. Both drivers have improved their starting positions and finishing results this season compared to last. That's progress. So why is Childress so upset? Because improvement on paper isn't translating into wins, and in NASCAR, wins are the currency that matters. Busch and Dillon may be finishing slightly better, but they're not consistently running at the front. And Childress knows why. It's not the drivers, it's the equipment. "We've got to get some damn race cars." That wasn't frustration aimed solely at Busch or Dillon. Insiders and even rival drivers believe it was directed at the whole organization. The engineers, the mechanics, the setup guys, the shop back home. Everyone. Denny Hamlin, never one to shy away from giving his opinion, even said as much on his podcast. He pointed out that Childress probably wasn't throwing his drivers under the bus, but instead demanding his team provide better cars. Faster, more reliable machines that can keep up with the giants of the sport like Hendrick and Joe Gibbs Racing. And here's the thing. In modern NASCAR, the car matters just as much as the driver. A cup car is a complex beast. Every detail counts. Aerodynamics, engines, suspension geometry, simulation data, even tire pressures down to a fraction of a PSI. When a team nails all of that, the driver has a chance. When they miss, it doesn't matter who's behind the wheel. Even the best end up mid-pack. Which brings us to Kyle Larson. Larson started 2025 on fire. 3 wins in his first 12 races, 8 stage wins. He was setting the tone as the guy to beat for the championship. But then came his ambitious attempt at the double, running both the Indianapolis 500 and Coca-Cola 600 in the same day. That effort ended with him crashing out of the Coke 600. And since then, things haven't been the same. In his last 8 starts, Larson's average finish has dropped to nearly 20th place. Only 1 top 5 in that stretch, only 3 top 10s, and in Mexico City, a miserable 36th place finish despite showing speed early. Now, Larson himself has kept calm. He insists these streaks happen, that they make a driver and team stronger in the long run. But the numbers don't lie. This is the coldest streak Larson has faced in years. And it's a reminder, in NASCAR, momentum is everything. And momentum was a theme in Dover, not just on the track, but off of it too. Because while Larson's slump grabbed attention, Denny Hamlin gave us one of the weekend's biggest talking points, and it had nothing to do with his driving. When asked about the ongoing lawsuit involving Front Row Motorsports, NASCAR, and a messy situation with Tyler Reddick's contract, Hamlin dropped a line that sent shockwaves through the media center. "Come December 1st, all will be exposed." That's all he said. No details, no explanation, just that. And now everyone, fans, reporters, even other drivers, is waiting for December, wondering what exactly Hamlin knows. But Dover wasn't just serious drama. There was also some lighthearted, yet spicy, banter during Saturday's rain delay. Kyle Busch found himself in the middle of a playful feud with Shane Van Gisbergen after SVG jokingly called him old and scared for running in the Masters division of the Legends cars instead of the Pro class. Busch's response? Pure rowdy. He explained that at 40 years old, he qualifies for the Masters group, and frankly, he prefers it. Why? Because the Masters class races clean. Fewer wrecks, more respect. And Busch's car? Damage-free, with a few wins under its belt. Meanwhile, SVG has torn up bumpers and fenders in the pro class all year long. Busch summed it up perfectly. I'd rather race with guys who respect their equipment than get wrecked by 12-year-olds every week. It was classic Busch. Direct, a little cutting, but hard to argue with. Saturday's Xfinity race didn't go the full distance thanks to rain, but it still gave us another story to watch. Zillish. At just 18 years old, he took his 4th win of 2025. That's not just impressive, that's a star in the making. His interviews show maturity beyond his years, and on the track, he's proving he has the talent to back it up. Then came Sunday, the Cup Series race. This one had uncertainty written all over it. No practice, no qualifying, a brand new tire compound that hadn't been tested. And thanks to rain, the track was green. No rubber laid down. Fans were nervous, teams were nervous, and everyone remembered the 2024 Bristol disaster when tires shredded left and right. And as if that wasn't enough, this was also part of NASCAR's new in-season bracket challenge. Matchups like John Hunter Nemechek versus Ty Dillon and Ty Gibbs versus Tyler Reddick meant that finishing position could mean more than just points. It could mean moving on for a shot at $1 million prize. The lineup was set by NASCAR's metric formula. Chase Elliott started from pole. Shane Van Gisbergen lined up 6th, making his first ever start on the Dover Oval with 0 laps of experience. And immediately, SVG learned how unforgiving Dover can be. A punctured right front tire on lap 1 forced him to pit, dropping him to the back. Up front, Briscoe led early, but Elliott soon grabbed control. Suarez fought tooth and nail to avoid going a lap down, slowing Elliott just enough for Christopher Bell to close in. But Elliott still held on to take stage 1. Stage 2? Bell struck back with Bowman, Hamlin, and Larson chasing him down. Once again, it was Gibbs and Hendrick cars running the show. Proof of just how strong those organizations are right now. Then the chaos started. Bell spun early in the final stage. Logano got aggressive with Chastain. And all the while, team radios buzzed with one word: rain. On lap 385, Chastain hit the wall, bringing out another yellow. Then the skies opened, forcing a 56-minute red flag. When racing resumed, the final laps turned into survival mode. Bell spun again, this time collecting Byron and Gragson. Overtime, then Zane Smith wrecked, pushing the race into double overtime. And in the end, it was Denny Hamlin, the same Denny Hamlin who'd been teasing secrets off the track, who kept his car clean and took the checkered flag. His 4th win of the season. For Ty Dillon, the race had its own twist. He finished just ahead of John Hunter Nemechek, which was enough to keep him alive in the in-season tournament. Now, he's set for a showdown with Ty Gibbs at Indianapolis, with $1 million on the line. It was that kind of weekend. A mix of blunt honesty from Richard Childress, a slump for Kyle Larson, cryptic warnings from Denny Hamlin, playful shots between Busch and SVG, and unpredictable chaos at Dover. And the season's only heating up from here. Before you go, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell. Because if NASCAR has proven anything this year, it's that the biggest stories often come when you least expect them.